And that is a system.
Yes,
the
that's
system
a system
is flawed when you have a group of people thinking that they have more privilege or entitlement to a property that really originally wasn't even theirs.
Let me give an example of the United States. The United States, although in the movies looks like a progressive country, there's a majority of people who are very, very conservative.
This is the thing. What they have done very well is market themselves. So the part that's marketed is the progressive part, not the actual day-to-day reality of how it is.
So the government seems to be progressive, but the people themselves, they are very, very divided.
Yeah.
And usually the majority, the part that's more marketed is the part of progressive, which is usually
progressive, which is mostly the government.
The government
trying to portray and to push this new, like, let's move forward, let's build, let's be better.
Let's support everyone, let's support everyone's belief, let's support all communities.
But it's having a very hard time
to convince everyone.
To actually be seen on a very flexible and common level within society.
Yes.
It should not be surprising to hit roadblocks of conservative thought and conservative speech.
So there's always, and that's why, because of Trump, and people got to see what a lot of people have been feeling. There's a majority of people who've been, for a long time, they were conservative. They don't believe in accepting other people's views. They don't believe things should change.
Yeah.
So
there's a lot of hold on history and tradition.
Yes.
Yes.
But what they don't realize is that America, it was always a community, a country that's not like any other country. So imagine trying to be conservative, maybe to say America is the land of Caucasians, right? You have to be lying to yourself thinking that way, because America is not the land of only Caucasians. There are almost every country on the planet. You can find a person from any country in the United States.
Oh my gosh.
America is the most diverse country.
It's unfair to think that way, because the history of America is not built on Caucasian.
But that's people who are trying to, most conservatives, and actually conservatives, it could be any group.
And that is a system.
Yes,
the system is flawed when you have a group of people thinking that they have more privilege or entitlement to a property that really originally wasn't even theirs.
But how can you expect that other people's rights don't exist when you live with those people, you work with those people? Sometimes they are even becoming the majority. So, but because people are used to the idea of conserving systems, they keep they are not free. They are not even entertaining the idea that, hey, we are facing a problem here, a good problem maybe. We have more immigrants. We have more people from other communities. So then that means
we have even more experiences being brought in, and let us see how we can bring them in, be inclusive.
Yes.
What these?
Maybe not even inclusive. That's even far. Just what can we do?
What do you mean that's far?
No, I'm saying that's kind of a solution. That's a good solution. I'm saying to begin, before you even think about inclusion, they have to start with what can we do. There is a situation.
There's a situation
Caucasians
where
are
we
no
have
longer the
diverse.
majority. Yes.
Yeah. So then what
can we do?
You can't stop at what can we do.
No, I'm just saying, before you start structuring and say, hey, let's do this, most people don't think they should even do anything. They think things should just stay that way. Or if there's a problem, but we are fine as we are. We've always been strong as we are, and we
everything's okay.
Yes, everything's okay. We're not supposed to do anything, and but that's what I'm saying. At least let's start. But if Americans would wake up and say, okay, we are facing a situation. What can we do? Are we open to actually do something? What is it going to be on the positive side? Is it going to be on the negative side? How our actions are going to...
Compromise is a very difficult thing in any human being, let alone powerful, one of the most powerful nations in the world.
So
compromise.
So I'm trying to picture, to show you people, everyone, how easily it is for most people, even for example in Kenya or even in Rwanda, one group of people, they think that their rights matter than other people's
Yes,
rights.
yeah.
They think because
Yes,
once upon a time you were
tribalism.
the majority,
Yes.
now there's more people from different cultures and different backgrounds. You don't realize the system you had before is no
Yes.
longer serving the majority. So
Yes.
maybe
Yes.
there used to be one religion in one country. Maybe you used to be the country under God. Maybe actually America used to describe itself as a country, a Christian country, but that's no longer the reality. That system is no longer serving everyone. So that's when people need to sit down and realize, okay, as long as, no matter how good systems are, how good are they to this time, to this generation, to these people, to this current situation, circumstances, and what can we do from now on? And have an open mind of having to accept every possible solution you can find.
You know, I'm glad you threw in Rwanda and Kenya, because that's where we're from. Probably many other countries face the same thing. But speaking about countries that we've lived in and countries that we know about, even in the systems, even in the situations of systems, I think what we have copied from Western cultures, the systems we're trying to copy from Western cultures, don't necessarily fit our cultures.
They don't fit
And
us.
it's so interesting that there's an obsession of trying to be like these people, rather than finding our own system,
That
creating
works.
our own system that works with who we are, with our very many dialects. I don't know how many do you have in Rwanda?
We only have one.
Lucky them. We have, I think, 50 something, because there's so many tribes. And so finding systems that work for your individual country, for your individual nation, community,
yes.
and not really trying to copy what seems popular, because I think I don't know if we talked about that, but I think that's one of the problems that systems also create, is a popularity and then a trend, and so everybody's following, but following blindly without actually questioning. That's it's like they go hand in hand. Where there's a trend, where there's a system that is eventually that a majority of people are following, then there's going to be a trend, and there's going to be like
People usually
mess.
fall in the trap
Mess.
of copying what worked somewhere else, and then they think it's going to work for them. Just because everyone is studying sciences, then this is going to work for me.
Yeah, that's
Or
something.
Just
yeah.
because sciences are prevailing in the...
Well, science has always been given this high regard.
And they don't realize that actually, for example, let me use an example, for example, in IT. You've heard a saying that people buy from people they know, or they buy what actually they know, what has been advertised to them. An industry like advertisement, it seems like something silly. I mean, you make up words, you put it up front of people, you make up pictures and everything. So for example, an IT person who designed, for example, like WhatsApp, who is a really good programmer, is saying, I don't need an advertiser. I don't need a media person. I don't need an artist. I don't need a right brain person, because I have the product, it's amazing, but he cannot sell it. So because we give high regard of different systems, like certain systems are better than others, or we promote them, but I think what you're trying to say is that's why I think one of the positive things I was saying about the good thing about systems is to accomplish every action. If you can create system, it's a good, and every system is important. Even for example the manual system, I don't know, even the nursing system, even the like healthcare hospitality system, even ushering systems. People, for example, you always see like models. Have you ever realized that, for example, when people are selling things, there's always a gorgeous girl standing there?
Oh my God! They usually use a model.
Why can't they just put a car there? For some reasons,
Because they go straight to the emotion. That they're selling an emotion, because the emotion will, apparently studies have been done that if you get to the emotion of the customer, they're more likely to buy it. rather than getting to the just being very logical about it, like you need this car because you need to go to your job and you need to come back to home and you need transport. No, but then they go straight for the emotional. You feel like when you're driving this car, you feel like you have this, you deserve
beautiful
this
person,
gorgeous woman, or you are
It's
the
also a
gorgeous
visual
person.
representation of what. So besides what you're selling, you have to present it in a.
And why are they doing that? They're doing that to get to the heart of the customer.
Because we have, so you would. I used. This is why actually I have grown to appreciate every area, every part of life, everything people do, every system. If a person, even who's working at McDonald's, this is what's funny. I've worked at McDonald's, I think, for about 3 years. When I was in school, it was surprising to me. People would complain they don't want to eat fast food, or they'll talk down people who work at fast food restaurants. But guess what? What kind of people who buy those foods? Highly rich people. Like a lunch, if you took a camera and just put it at McDonald's, you find CEOs of whoever, like people driving crazy amazing cars. Like in the mornings, people getting their drinks and their breakfast at McDonald's. I've seen people seriously, because it's a system that supplies them food when they can't cook. People can't cook. They say, I know one place I can just go and get my breakfast and my. But they don't realize that system actually serves the purpose for them to be able to go to work. So, I mean, that's when
they're saving on time.
It used to amaze me. For example, these people driving through and acting like they're bossy, you know, I'm paying you to, and they don't think, who is this person making my food? What are they putting into my cup of coffee? What are they putting in my food? If I treat them worse, how is it going to reflect on me? Is this going to have impact on me?
So are you trying to say that who needs who more?
We all need each other. That's what I was saying.
Or
Every
we need each other
system,
equally.
every small, no matter how small it is. Even, for example, people who do women's pedicure. Yes. You would imagine someone sitting on your feet, cutting your nails, painting them. Like, who does that job? Imagine parents giving birth to a child and tell them, I want you to be a pedicure,
manicure,
beauty, and I want you to succeed in that area. If people grew up with that mindset, things would be different. But we don't. It's like, I want to do my nails, and then I go there, you pay them, but deep down in your heart, you know, I don't think my child will do this job. But you do need them. Imagine if you didn't have those people. Another thing about sciences you're talking about is, imagine if a world without art, without music, without art. What can scientists do? They can't write music.
Well,
they can mix a song. They can dance sometimes. They'll be just talking formulas and theories, and
but they'll be so happy because that's who they are.
Oh, this is what's funny though. For them, usually, did you know, for example, Apple became more popular when it was introducing, for example, when they made iPads. Do you know what the band they were using?
iTunes?
Black Eyed Peas. So they were using musicians to sell their products.
Yeah.
Also, the same thing you're talking about hip hop. How much hip hop had made a lot of businesses rich because it was a tool to communicate something. People who wanted to sell more cars, they would give cars to the musicians, to the hip hop artists. Also, people want to say drinks. That's why, like in hip hop music, you always find drinks, clothing
and shoes.
So imagine if there was no music, because it's so hard to sell certain things without
visual. It would be all visual and not audio, not.
But
it would be very, gosh.
It'd be terrible.
Rigid.
we can't just survive. The same way we cannot survive without fire.
No, but is it a system? Is it a system that we've gotten used to? We've gotten used to the system where they use music and entertainment to market and advertise a product that they want to sell.
No, we found out that
because if you want something and you need it, you will buy it regardless of the ad. It's a system. That is then another system.
No, I was mentioning certain systems are used maybe beyond their their original purpose. The original purpose of art is just to enjoy, to create, to connect people. Music is meant to bring two people together, to dance together, to look at each other, to feel something. That was original. That's what I'm saying. If you took away music, people, what would they be doing? So that was the original purpose.
For another area.
But if people actually had a positive view of the importance of every system, things would be different. I'm happy to pay someone fix my sink or my water.
So then are you saying that creating a system that is more inclusive of different, like seeing how different areas and different strengths
they all
come together and serve in different ways?
Yes.
Positively.
We all know that they actually serve us, but we're just proud to, yes, we become more proud. We take them for granted.
That's why you were giving the example of the beauticians, the manicure and pedicure.
Yes, imagine
you want the service, but then you disregard the importance of the people
who
providing
do
that
things.
service.
Imagine if you didn't have people who do the most basic things. Imagine if you didn't have people who are working in malls and stores to serve you. What would you do? Imagine if you have to do everything by yourself.
Okay.
I mean, everything. Imagine.
Okay, now I see. That's why you're even giving the example of McDonald's.
And McDonald's,
it's not a respectable
system.
Job, but at the same time, without that institution, a lot of people would struggle.
A lot of people struggle, and in these developed countries, they have found out ways to solve bigger problems by creating small systems.
Yes,
and that's what I was saying. That's one of the good things I love about systems. If there is a high demand of something, create a small system that can be implemented, that can be working on itself, functioning on itself.
Yeah.
And that way, actually, systems help people. For example, actually, you get paid. You get paid doing even the smallest thing. The system sustains itself. But it's hard, for example, in certain countries, like you find if everyone is selling food on the streets, it doesn't look like it's a healthy system. It looks like
wait, is it because the supply is higher than the demand, maybe?
No, it's just that the purpose of systems is, what if one person who is cooking on the streets one day, she decides not to cook? That's what you cannot rely on one person or on an independent person. Systems are kind of, I think that's why they tend to brainwash people to think this is a religion. We've always grown seeing McDonald's around, so it's something we are always used to. But what if McDonald's closed? What can we do? But there is a big Burger King.
Taco Bell.
It's another small system.
Wendy's.
That's why we need systems instead of individuals. Individuals can decide to go out. I can start to close my shop today. What are you gonna do? So that's why these advanced the more communities, I guess I'll call progressive communities, they create tiny systems to be so they can have more good service to maintain, at least to keep things going. But when they need to go further, when there's more challenge, when there's new challenges, instead of creating now or expanding the system or creating a new system, that's when people start fighting.
I think what the thing that I would say last, like to finalize, is that no matter the system, how it must be improving the quality of your life and the quality of the lives around you. So create your system wisely and practice your system wisely and
maintain it.
Yeah, and don't lie to yourself that it is improving your quality of life. Be real with yourself. Yeah, that would be what I've learned over time.
Yeah, people, please, especially leaders, learn to improve systems. If there's a new challenge, be open to solutions. To instead of forcing the system to solve a new problem that's no use to, be able to adapt, to be able to amend the system, add more functions in the system, even creating a new system.
Creating
because
new systems.
this is the one thing I think I want to communicate to people. Everything you see on this planet was man-made, except nature and natural resources. Everything you see on this planet was
that
man-made.
you enjoy using,
That you do.
and it advances your life or makes your life easy.
It was man-made, so it can be done by another human being. It can be improved by another human being. Quit thinking that that's a religion. That's
the way things
that's a
are,
constitution.
and you don't question it.
That's
Question.
unbreakable laws of the universe. No, only laws of the universe. The universe maybe are hard to break, but the rest we change all these things.